Hello, this is Rocky, and I'm here to just walk you through some of the new features we've created. To access our site, you can use Google Chrome as the ideal way to access it, and up here is our URL, nstein.azurewebsites.net. You can put in our username and the username and password. You could also create one, register one, and we'll add you to that. So just hit sign in. This will take you to a blank globe. Now you can zoom into any area and it'll automatically start populating with additional information. And as you zoom in, the maps are already pre-cached and tiled so that as you zoom in, you get more resolution. So here's Nellis Air Force Base. So now you're looking at CIB, the satellite imagery of that area in color. Okay, so I'm just going to introduce you to some of the features that we need. Your KML file is here for your area. You can just select it here and it'll turn on. Now, KML, you can bring in any KML file by dragging and dropping. And you can also use this button here at the top. I just toggled the labels off so it's easier to see. Up on the top here, we have the aircraft icon, and that's our mission planning icon. And you can come in here, and to get started, you just put in a mission name. So I'm going to say Demo 3. Let's use a target MGRS somewhere in this window. I'm going to turn this off, the KML, so that we don't select the KML when we're selecting on the map. So, okay, here's my target MGRS. Let's just say 12 Zulu. And then I'm going to create a dome around it. So I'm going to say the radius of the dome is 10,000 feet, and so is the height. And that's just kind of like a surface terror missile, something. Now, when we're in this mode, the terrain is always on. So when I'm zooming in, you can see it. You'll be able to see the 3D terrain. You'll see how the dome is affected by the 3D terrain. Okay. And also we have a sun feature here, and that's automatically toggled on. So when we open mission planning, now if you don't want it, you could just turn it off. And that way you could do your planning without a distraction of where the sun is at that given time. Also here we have a compass, and so you could double click in the center of that compass and it'll just align you back to north. So, as you're zooming in and zooming out on this map, a lot of times, or any of the features, it'll get a little off kilter. Okay, so team, let's put in our dart first. So our dart, this is a palette of kind of poppy colors that should show up good on map. So you just pick any one of these colors. Let's say, okay, yellow, aircraft, UAS, and then you open this up. Now speed, 1 mile per minute. This is a marker just to mark the line and have updates. So I like to put in 5 so it's easy to kind of tell the time on the map. Now you can use the search up here to the search works in the US and internationally. So this will take us to Nellis. So let's select a point on the map. Okay, altitude, let's fly this drone at 10,000 feet. Okay, waypoint. Now in this drop down, you can put in waypoints, turn range, launch. I'm just going to put in the target, and it's going to take us directly to it. It'll create kind of like a half waypoint every 5 minutes. So this is direct to target, and you can see it's going to take a little over 85 minutes to get there. Okay, so add. And then this is the details about it. Now, if you want to add something else, just hit this +1. So let's add in our A10s. And come in here. Let's select a color. Type of aircraft. Range. Okay, so this is the wingman. So the wingman, let's say the wingman's 4 miles away at an angle of 5 o'clock. Now hit the screen. It's plus. Okay, let's go in at 8. And starts this. The MGRS, let's go back to Nellis Air Force Base. Okay, altitude, Let's fly this. Okay, the other one's at 10,000 feet, so let's do 12,000 feet. And you hit this plus. Now we go direct to target. I like to put in target so that this line persists. If you zoom out, you can see this line. Okay, so 10 minutes, a little over 10 minutes. So we got this. So what I'll do in between is just put in this launch. It's like, okay, let's do this at the 10-minute marker. Then let's, after that, do a moment. I'm going to add this armament. And then let's just do this and go RTB. And so we've added all of that. Let's just save it before we move on. Okay, now we've got both the A10 and we can, if you hit Control and scroll up, you can tilt the map over, just like I did, and so it's a little sideways. And you can see where this is at. Now, anytime, here's this waypoint, here's the launch, and that's the missile path. Okay, so let's go back. Now we can add another aircraft. I'm just going to go ahead and save it and start it from here. So save, let's hit start. You can come in here, you can see, okay, this blue ball is actually controlling this timeline on the bottom, okay? So this is 1x. So this is slow. We can change this to 25. Just hit apply, so now things are going to move faster. And we can also, if we're comfortable and we don't want to slowly watch this entire flight plan unfold, we can just jump to the time that we want. So let's say we want to accelerate everything to 11:48. We can do that. Just come in here and select and say go. And now this timeline will update 11:48. We're still running at 25x. And this blue ball is out here on the right. So this entire length, this timeline, is the start to finish flight. So now you can see our two A10s that are blue going out to the target site. So here is our time on target, and here's the mission time that's running, and the flight time, and the MGRS. And now it's RTB. Okay, now I'm going to show you the KML export. So you can export KML, just hit this button on the top right here. And these you can take in directly into your tax system. I'm going to just bring them into Google Earth. So they're two separate files, the Dart and the A10. So Google Earth, I just use this free version of Google Earth. It just helps me test different files. So let's go check out what this Dart looks like. No, thank you. I don't need any upgrades. Okay, so here's what the exported version will look like. Okay, it kept the color, and it has a point every 5 minutes, and then it Dart, US target. And now the target is at this very end. Okay, now I can bring in the other file. Now I can bring in the A10s, and if you click that, now it's also here. Here's the A10 in blue and the targets. You can also see the missile path. Now, these should go directly into your tax system so that you have interoperability between nstein and TAC. Okay, I think that's all I have to show you for the moment. I'm going to go ahead and end this, and please reach out if you have any questions. And you should have another release here in a week or two.